It was super pretty. And I've seen snow up north, and my wife got to see snow here. And super pretty, and that's like how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to hunker down, try to be a little warm under a blanket, turn the heater up a little bit, and then everything kind of cratered, and that's just not what happened. So it sort of ruined the snow day. Sort of ruined it, but we're getting by. We're getting by. Regardless of not streaming on Monday, welcome to the stream. It is Wednesday. Things changed on Monday. If you have not seen our Red Prison breakdown, the Ban of Simian Spirit Guide video on YouTube, consider checking it out either during the stream, after the stream, or before the stream. Before. That might be hard. So what exactly happened here? Sinist, good to see you here. Welcome back. Land of the Live. Showing everyone prison's still alive. Of course we are. So prison is still alive. We've got a list in front of us that is unfortunately missing our Simian Spirit Guide. Rest in peace, little guy there. Bring him in. Deck contains banned cards. That's right. Simian Spirit Guide is no longer with us in the Red Prison category. He will be remembered. He was our win condition beating down with a 2/2 Gray Monkey. We will never call them Gray Ogres again. They are Gray Monkeys. But let's put that aside. Does Red Prison really take a back seat here because of this ban? The answer is no. The answer is no. Exactly. Rip Monkey, send him off. Good night, our sweet monkey prince. If they ban Moon, Bridge, or Chalice, we can have a conversation about Red Prison disappearing. Until those 3 core pieces disappear, we're fine. Keep this in mind. Ready? Parallel. Summer Bloom was banned for Amulet Titan. Oh, the end of Amulet Titan. Wait, it still exists. Counter. Twin was banned in Modern at the same time, right? I believe so. Twin kind of doesn't exist anymore. There's Kiki Twinless Twin stuff, but Twin does not exist. Do you see the parallel? Summer Bloom was an enabler, enhanced an amulet deck, but arguably wasn't the name of the list. It wasn't called Bloom. It wasn't called Summer Bloom. It was called Titan or Amulet Titan. Twin, on the other side, though, was called Twin. Well, that's because Twin was the most important card. That was the combo. That was the win condition. Red Prison, look at it like that. Simian Spirit Guide was more that Summer Bloom category. It was the card that enabled Red Prison, but isn't the entire picture of Red Prison. It was probably called Amulet Bloom, Zale, and I probably completely messed it up, and some Amulet player will let us know. But it evolved. Let's focus more on the evolve. If this was called Monkey Red Prison, then we would evolve to something else Red Prison. Okay? That's what we're doing here. The main takeaway is Summer Bloom was not really the beatdown necessarily, where Twin was. Okay, we good. All right. I'll hear about that for the rest of the stream and all through YouTube now. All right. A lot of suggestions are being thrown out. What we're going to do today is we're going to actually play the least changed version of Red Prison. Oh, Fluffy, innovate though. Brand new meta. Let's go. Exactly. There's a brand new meta, and we don't want to be just rushing in there trying to do something completely different than what we've been doing that's been winning games. We're going to make 1 or 2 small tweaks based on what I have seen out there in the ether of Twitterverse, Discord, Reddit communities about what people are playing. But other than that, we're going to play something very close to exactly what Red Prison was, and that will give us the guidance of where do we want to go. Cut Karns, add Chandras, don't cut Karns, play bigger, play smaller, aggressive, more control, more prison, more lock pieces. This has all got to be decided. So what are we going to do here? Russ, we're getting to that. I know you've got questions. Just giving my preface of what we're about to do here. So right now, I'm taking essentially Lucky 7 Moons, remove Simian Spirit Guide. We've added Pyretic Ritual. We have 8 ritual effects, and I've decided to add land. In fact, I've added a utility land in Valakut Awakening. My theory here going forward is that we can be a little more filled here with 22 and 8. That may be the new normal for ritual to land ratio. We'll see how that works. It's still 30% of, or sorry, 30 cards or 50% of the list. So I'm thinking that will be nice. I do think 4 gemstones will probably be the requirement now. So we'll see if this works. This is the smallest change. What we have to do with the other half of the list, though, is make the change to the meta. So I've seen Hammertine, I've seen Tron, I've seen Dredge, I've seen humans, I've seen spirits, I've seen elementals, I've seen Tron, I've seen... Did I say Tron twice? I've seen all kinds of things going out. And so we have to take the flex slots, which are about 10 to 12 cards, and target that meta. So that's what we've got to do. Nikachu suggests Skirk Prospector. That's fine. Nikachu is a merfolk player. You can take a fish player's advice, or we can try this really quick and see what happens, and then we can go from there. You can take the fish person if you would like to, though. To me, if you're deciding to play a 1-drop, I would play Arbor Elf or Birds of Paradise, split yourself into Cloyth's Red Prison, Splashing Green, go from there. Another day. So, Anger is main board right now. And to Nydia's point here, as I appreciate all you chatting, and I am seeing these, Anger's in here because, yes, I do expect more mid-range. I'm expecting things like Dredge to show up again. I'm expecting creature decks. I'm expecting things like that. And I'd like to get rid of them and put them to bed. There is probably an argument for Slagstorm, but I think I've seen enough Dredge to warrant Anger. So we'll do that. The Great Warrior Dwarf, thank you for the gifted sub. Going to Fostex. And also Fostex, thank you for the follow. Get those howls, man. All right. Where I'm a bit torn here is I don't like actually having only 3 Seasoned Pyromancers. I kind of want to go to 4, making me want to potentially drop a Magus of the Moon for the 4th one. I think I'm going to experience Jund or 1-for-1 removal. I also believe I'm going to run into Control a little bit more. So I could see an argument for maybe like a Rabble Master here to be added. There's a few things that I'm trying to lean into, but I don't want to change too much before we experience the meta. But we'll go ahead and make a few changes. This list will be the one in the description for YouTube and is in Nightbot's little command. But gut feeling, I'll go ahead and pull them out here on the side. So let's just... So we're going to take 1 Magus. Whoop, that's not Magus. We're going to take 1 Magus out. Sideboard-wise, I'm going to take the Batterskull out. I'm probably going to take 1 Spyglass or Pithing Needle. Or I can take the Walking Ballista. This is kind of difficult to decide here. Probably going to take the Walking Ballista doesn't seem right. I have the Torp Orb. Expecting to see that. Okay, let's hedge ourselves slightly here. We're going to do 1 Bone Crusher, 1 Magus out. I'm going to keep the Angers in. I'm going to mainboard this Abrade. We're going to mainboard the Abrade. That's going to replace the Bone Crusher Giant. And we're going to grab 1 extra Seasoned Pyromancer. That's going to be the replacement for the Magus. So there's the switch main. 2 cards. Very subtle. This is going to be for creatures in Hammertine and Tron, which I expect to see. This is going to be for value things like Jund and against control matchups. So I'm covering my 2 bases there that I believe I'm going to see. Those 2 in. Sideboard, we've opened ourselves up 1 slot here because we took the Abrade out. That's going to be a Rabble Master. We're going to go no Eidolons right now. I think that could be a risk, but we'll give it a try. And I want to put in the 2 Dampings. I think 2 Dampings here is important. Damping Matrix and Damping Sphere. I don't believe we need Batterskull here, and I'm really tempted to do Walking Ballista. I know I have 4 boils, though, and I do expect to see blue-white control. I'm going to take 1 boil out and try Damping and Damping here, because I think this is probably smarter for us rather than going full-on with the boils, keeping in mind that we expect the meta to be widening and not be so narrow. Breathe. Let's see what people are saying. Mom Dog would be pretty good. I don't know about Koth. Ballista potentially could be good for burn. Also, Batterskull wouldn't be bad for burn. Rip Mana Monkey. Dylan just angry. Damping Matrix is pretty good against what I expect to be some Heliod combos, Devoted Druid combos, Yawgmoth combos. So it's kind of a bullet for those. What about one more Karn and 3 Chandras? I'm liking 3 Karns and 4 Chandras, so I'll tell you why. I think because we don't know what we're locking out right now, I think having a bit more aggression in the pressure of completing the game, finishing it, damage, and removal is probably smarter. This plays into favor of my theory that mid-range is going to be popping up a little bit more versus control. And having a Karn, it's great for getting Pithing Needle or Liquid Metal Coating or maybe Spyglass against a, say, control list, but it doesn't really get me too much else from the sideboard that I am like super anxious to go get. So Karn here is more of the supporting Planeswalker than Chandra. Your view will change as the meta switches, and this is the easiest switch. You should own 4 of these. And if you go and you're in your FNM and you see the control guy, the lantern guy that's still hanging on, you have the I don't know, Blue Moon player, and then you have 2 aggro players, and then you got the newbie that you've never seen ever, and he's from out of town with his buddy, and he's got this like huge deck that you're just like, that's Battle of Wits. If you see that, I would argue have more Karns than Chandras, because you got the Lantern player, you've got a Blue Moon player that's probably playing some attack strategy with an Emrakul, and then you have to just work your way through the 2 other controls plus the mid-range folks. But if you go in there and you see a bunch of burn players or something like that, those aggressive, maybe Zoo Landfall dudes there, and then the lady that's always playing Merfolk or something, then you might want to be more on the Rabblemaster Chandra plan with bridge backup for Merfolk in the mid-range list. But that would be like how you start to balance. And so in that case, you want more Chandras than Karns. Anyway. I seem to be missing Waste Knot. No black. You're the Lantern guy still hanging on? Then dodge Karn. I've thought this out. I've had some time to think. With powers and stuff like that. Work's been crazy, but we've had some time to think. Anyway, these are our changes. This is our theory. We do have a random Bone Crusher Giant in here. I'm going to keep him. If we find that we don't need so many Blood Moons, I tell you, start adding these in. If you feel like Blood Moon and all that's not needed, Magus can come out. Maybe Rabblemaster can come in as well. Did we lose power? Excuse me. There's been some flickerings and other things. Plenty of our family has had power issues. What about this sweaty guys? Not gonna worry about that. All right, let's move on here. Let's see what's going on. We haven't played Magic since last Friday. It's almost been a full week. Thanks, Winterstorm. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Wife's doing some dishes stuff from our dinner. So how salty are we about Simian Spirit Guide? We're disappointed. I'll miss exiling. In Paper Magic, I almost always put it in sideways because it goes behind my library, because my exile is behind my library, how I work it. So you got that. Nydia, thank you for the gifted subs. J-Turn and JS Nodegrass. Let's play first. It's a great way to kick things off. Double lands here. Utility, we have a Chalice of the Void, Blood Moon, and Bridge. I also have 22 lands now. Mentally, we'll need to start making note of that the probability of drawing lands is a lot higher. Let's go ahead and keep this one. We have a Chalice on turn 2. I've been told this is absolutely garbage, though. We're going to start with a Scavenger Grounds, because this could mean Eldrazi-tron to our opponents and doesn't give away that I am Pered Prison. Keep in mind that utility lands and some of the narrowing of the meta that's happened. Speaking of, things like this, you need to be able to play and properly work your way around. Bridge is most important here. We'll see what we can do. This Chalice on 1 does almost nothing, but hey, we'll run it out for funsies. I kind of want to run a Chalice out on 0 here as well, on the off chance they're playing engineered explosives and they're not just like Eldrazi Tron with no no other colors, you know. Anyway, Chalice on 0, Chalice on 1, just emptying out our hand. Chalice on 1 obviously would have been better on turn 1, yada, yada, yada. We're more concerned about probably hitting this Blood Moon down and this bridge. Based on how many lands my opponent will have here, they're not going to, unless they have double Eldrazi Temple, have a Thought-Knot Seer here. Thankfully, that's good for us. We could get this bridge down. The priority is more than likely the bridge, but it could be the Blood Moon, depending on what they fetch, if they fetch prior to our Blood Moon. They think we're Desert Tribal, exactly. Now, we do have to hit this land, but we do have rituals as well. Power Plant. I'd love to play Bridge first. And we miss. All right. We miss. Missing here is kind of okay. We'll see what they get. They'll probably get a Tron piece. They don't probably expect Blood Moon, but they might because of Chalices. There's Eldrazi Temple. Could see a Reality Smasher as their first thing here. They do have 5 mana. At this point, Blood Moon's a higher priority than Bridge. The one thing that we could get got from is if my opponent has Thought-Knots here after with Waste. If they do, then Blood Moon's not as good. Needing this land real bad here. All right, we do hit the land. It's a painful land. So we're good to go. We can play to that Thought-Knot Seer plan. We could also play the bridge, which stops them. If we play the bridge, then we may not get the Blood Moon down. We're going to end up taking 2 points of damage, but we stop 5. So these are like the things we've got to consider. And this is where, for those that have like argued, well, you're not accelerating Blood Moon. Well, then what am I supposed to do here? So it's like a hard decision. I think personally, I would love to actually get this Blood Moon down and take the 5. I think that's the play. I'm really worried about this being taken though. But I think playing to this line gives us a better potential future play here than playing the bridge first. Because this should, for the most part, shut them down. I'll go to 9 here, and I think we can beat them from 9. They do have the waste. Let's see if we get burned here. We do. All right. My opponent plays pretty well here and gets us out of our Blood Moon here instead of getting the bridge down. Not over just yet. We have the Seasoned Pyromancer here. We take 5. We can chump block as well. We're going to be looking for another bridge. Not out of it. All right, the other thing we now have is Chandra downtick here. If we do Chandra downtick, we do draw. That's kind of nice. And then we get a double look at bridge. Kind of liking that. Going to 4 is scary. Extra Reality Smasher means we're pretty much dead anyway. For Reality Smasher, I chump block, and then I have 3 out of the 10. 3 out of the 10 would keep me alive for one more turn. I only have 2 more bridges in the main deck, though. Let's go ahead and take ourselves at a Chandra downtick here. They do have the tramples, but I can block 3 of the 10, making 7 and, 3 of the 10, 2, and 1 token. But I like this play. Draw an extra card here. Just hope they don't have another Reality Smasher. MTGO algorithms hate prison decks. Hey, we just got to get warmed back up. Been a week. It's been a week. We'll be fine. We practically called what my opponent was going to be doing anyway. And if I get lucky here, Seasoned Pyromancer, and I draw a non-hit here, would generate 4 points of protection here from the Thought-Knots, or the Reality Smasher. So there's like that going for us as well. Karn, the Great Creator. All right, Karn, what are you gonna do to us? What you gonna do? Gets rid of a Chalice on 1 to play Relic. Okay. And gets rid of the Chalice. Fine by us. Alright, so we do hit our own Karn here. Our own Karn is kind of interesting. This gives me the ability to go get Bridge. We need to hope that they don't have a way to get rid of my Bridge, and then maybe I can Karn down tick and stop the their Karn in the future here. I think that's what I want to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, play our Karn. Go down tick. We're going to obviously go get Bridge now. That's what I'm thinking. The problem here is that their Karn can unlock the Bridge if they have a removal spell. We'll get the Ensnaring Bridge from Exile. Thank you. Thought not. Play our Bridge down and pass the turn. So we stop the Reality Smasher. I need to stop this next turn, so this is going to go down to get Pithing Needle or Spyglass and stop this. Relic is stopped, so my opponent won't draw an extra card here too. Not the greatest position to be in, but we'll see. We'll see. Down tick with this Karn. They can put a Walking Ballista down, but it can't shoot us. They could go get, what is it, Boat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boat is what, 6? 5, 6, 3? I don't know. You all like Boat. What's the Boat at? 5 or 6? Everyone likes this Boat. That's what they'll probably get. They get a Walking Ballista. That doesn't do anything. Cool. I'm going to just put that away. Please just play a 3/3 Walking Ballista. I'll anger it. Anger, go get Spyglass, shut this off, take a peek at their hand. We're in great spots here. Great spots. The Boat. Yeah, the Skyship. Whatever it's called. All right. So first things first, let's do Karn here. Obviously, yes. Let's go ahead and get I want to get this Spyglass, I think. Just I want to peek at the hand briefly here. Let's go ahead and play Spyglass first. We may even anger then Seasoned Pyromancer. So Chalice, and an All Is Dust here. Okay. That's kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Karn, the Great Creator. We'll just have to find another Chandra later. We can do that. Let's go up with Chandra, I think. I sort of want to just do the Anger the Gods here. Clear some of what's going on and just not burn a card off the top. Yeah, let's do it. I don't care what the top card is. It's a Pyretic Ritual. Good. Didn't want to draw that anyway. I could honestly just save this Anger, probably. My opponent didn't have really anything too frightening. I mean, they're doing what? Nothing to me this turn? Just wait on the Anger? Let's just wait on the Anger. I don't have to because Walking Ballista is just not a threat right now. They can't boot this up with the Karn here because I have Karn names. I don't have anything too scary here. I think we're fine to hold where we're at. They've got the nice Chalice. I'm going to have a nicer one soon enough. All right, let's see what they do. Thought not. All right, whatever. They can take Anger, they can take Seasoned Pyromancer, doesn't really matter. I'm not too worried about either of those being taken. Obviously, their goal here is to get this All Is Dust ASAP. Let's find another Anger here and just wipe the board. That make me feel real confident. Yeah, the brown chalices. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. All right, so we got a Chandra here. I think I hide this. I think I hide this and just go up. They have an All Is Dust. This is my backup Chandra. And do I need to burn this Anger? Nope. We're dead if they unlock this bridge, so it doesn't matter if I kill a 3/3. We will play something if I want to hold again. Let's see some chalices here. Just up for the damages. Force this all as dust ASAP from them. This is also a castable spell if we end up getting to Chandra. Emblem. They could with uptick here and do something, but there you go. Chalice is on 3. 1 chalice burned. Oh, Magus is pretty good. I'm gonna up here. We're gonna have to burn a spell, it looks like. Chalice. Say no to that. Let's go ahead and burn a Anger the Gods. I do have an Abrade, which an Abrade could unlock this Chalice, which makes me want to hold the Magus of the Moon when they destroy this Blood Moon, because they're going to have a lot of mana. They've got a land. They have Chalice, All's Dust, and something else. They're going to probably blow up this Chandra. Poof. All right. We've unlocked 2 Ramunauts. We have Chandra here as well. They can't put Chalice on 4. This looks good. Land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chandra. Up for damage. Pyretic Ritual. No thank you. Down to 12. Down to 12, we have 2, 4, 6, 8 damage here in lands. Yep, Spyglass is for everything. Karns are getting big hugs right now. Karns are getting big hugs. I need to apply 2 more damage to them after this activation. There's an Anger the Gods. We'll skip that. We need 1 more go here, and then we have all the damage in our lands. Magus is worth 5 with a Chandra emblem. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. This is worth 5. They have a Chalice, and they have something else. There is a Little Walking Ballista. A Little Walking Ballista. Because of that, I don't think I'm going to fire off a Ramunaut Ruins here. I'm unfortunately going to have to dump the hand. 4 and 4. I guess 4 and 3 is the max that I could run into here. So I guess I can burn one of these. We don't want to accidentally allow this to get through, so doing what we just did there will be fine. Land drop here, uptick Chandra, down a little bit. Extra bridge, can't cast because of Chalice. Say no, burn the Magus here, unfortunately, because I don't want Walking Ballista coming in. I'd rather take an emblem in the next turn, because I'll be firing off Ramunaut Ruins, and an emblem with a castable spell is game. How are we doing? We're doing all right. We're doing okay. Things are crazy all across Southern states. Opponent concedes. We get there, locked them out. Did find the bridge off the Karn. And would have probably done a little better if we played the bridge first, then the Blood Moon. But hey, we got there. Seasoned Pyromancer is an excellent, even though it gets countered. Down tick here after activation from previous turn we get there. Prison's always here. Okay. Rabble Masters come in for Chalices, and we run it back. Nice win. We haven't forgotten something over the week. You used to be against net decking until you found your brew online by someone else. There are a lot of people out in the world. I can't tell you how many people believe that a Slivers EDH deck could happen. There's a lot of them. I can't tell you how many would believe an Angels tribal list in Modern Standard or anything could happen. There's a lot of them too. There's just a lot of people making the same ideas. Mulligan. 1-landers are no good. Look at this. I said 1-landers are no good. Mulligan. My opponent's mulligan to oblivion with us. All right, so my opponent mulligans to 4. We're at 5 right now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could do that. Don't like that as much. Maybe I like this. Just get rid of Pyretic and Karn. Have Rabble and Bone Crusher work through. That's kind of questionable. What's up, Hoodwinked? Let's keep this. I'm going to get rid of a Bone Crusher, and I'm going to get rid of a I'm going to get rid of this Pyretic Ritual. Only because my opponent's at 4 here. I'm going to work my way to Rabble Master and then into Karn. Thank you for the 100 bits. My opponent mulligans to 3 cards. They're afraid of Blood Moon. Tears of Joy, my man sticking to the rules. 2021 new meta, Simian Spirit Guide. It's time to respect Simian Spirit Guide. We're actually keeping 1 landers in our hearts. Simian Spirit Guide is that second land. Power plant for my opponent with 2 unknown cards. We're about to smash them and teach them about the speed of Rabble Master. Uh-oh, maybe they'll have Tron. Well, if they have Tron, oh well. I'm gonna smash them with Rabble Master. Go, go, go. F's in the chat for the monkey. The monkey lives on here. Watch this Chalice on 1. Completely useless. Oh, okay, Walking Ballista. All right. Bye. Blood Moon here. Seems like a good top deck. We're going to smash face here. By the way, that was a Blood Moon on turn 3. Don't tell me Blood Moon has to come down on turn 1 or 2. In for a set of damage here, pumping the Rabble Master with the Goblins. Opponent's going to have to stay back with Walking Ballista. We had our 4th land. Gonna smash in with the team here. The easy and obvious choice here is now to play Karn, downtick, and go get something incredibly annoying for my opponent to deal with. In this case, we can go get Walking Ballista. Walking Ballista is lethal with some goblins getting through. Season Pyromancer makes some cool things. Goblin Rabble Master with his tokens make cool things. And ladies and gentlemen, we may be Pyro Prison, but don't forget the Pyro part. That's Rabble Master doing it. On curve. Sort of. Not really. Look at those cards you're going to draw. Huh. We're 1-0. I guess prison's still a thing. Didn't know that. Kind of shocking. Kind of shocking. I didn't know. Oh my gosh. Everyone's been telling me we're just done for.
Pyro Prison Lives.
For all those Pyro Prison people, they know that that was an unfavorable matchup. Anyway, if the idea is to buildable, then good decks builders will come to similar conclusions. Yep. Now, what variations of cards, they may differ, but yeah, don't worry about net decking. Worry about understanding the list. If you net deck, fine. Understand the list. That makes you better than everybody that grabs a list and goes their F&M just like, that was a cool idea. And even them, they're learning in their own way. They're going to learn by playing. You might learn by like goldfishing it and playing it and understanding the cards. Either way, there's nothing wrong with how you learn. We get to play first here. Oh, look. If it's on the draw, we'd have a turn 1 Chalice. We're going to keep this. Here is a perfect example of why Simian Spirit Guide, which would probably be this Pyretic Ritual, this hand would be completely busted. Pyretic Ritual, Chalice, bam, then you play Blood Moon. Completely busted. This is a great example of, even if my opponent has a Thoughtseize, we're probably okay, because they'll take maybe Chalice and be stuck with a Blood Moon, because they're going to fetch non-basic, because they're going to play Gemstone Caverns first. And if they're Storm, Chalice on 2. I am. Hi. They hurt us from the dive down. Opponent plays a Blackcleave Glyphs as their first thing. You know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. You just Chalice no more, right? You play the Blood Moon. Oh, dang it. Wish it was on turn 1. Now we can play like Chalice on 1, Season Pyromancer. Oh my gosh, it's goblins. Uh-oh. How do I want to deal with this? What's up, Mapfrels? JS Node Grass. We'll look at that much later. 3, 4, 5. You know what's so funny is we have the silver bullet for this matchup. How do I want to get to the silver bullet? We can do 5 mana here, Season Pyromancer and Chalice on 1. If we play a Chalice on 1, this stops Skirk and Aether Vial, which is reasonable. 2 is a problematic section for our Sun Goblins, but it's not the worst. Goblin Crater Maker could be a thing that they could be playing. It depends if they're playing that main deck. Chalice on 2 cuts off the combo. It could. That's a true statement. They could also just Aether Vial it out eventually. But if I put it on 2, we do stop that. We do stop our Abrade, and we do stop our Bone Crusher Giant. There's a lot of options here. I think I'm going to go ahead and throw it on 2 here. I'll obviously hold this Desperate Ritual for a Seasoned Pyromancer token. I think 2 seems reasonable because stopping Snoop is maybe not a bad idea. And then Karn stops an Aether Vial. This creates blockers, and then Karn with those blockers could get Bridge, and we could get them completely locked out with the Damping Matrix after that. Oh, they paid for this. Oh, just kidding. They fake paid. They're like, huh, oh, snap. Chieftain hits for 6, down to 14. That hurts. All right, well, cash in Season Pyromancer, double tokens here. Woo. All right, there's the Bridge. Piece 1. We can play that next turn. Thanks, they have a Chieftain. We need to avoid the combos now. Probably best top deck is land into Karn at this point. Ooh, 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 I love this. I love this. Oh my gosh. Pashalic Mons. Pashalic Mons. We're going to make sure we take the least amount of damage here. Let's see here. Sacrifice Goblin, create 2 1/1 red Goblin creature tokens. This is probably fine to do it this way. Let's, I don't know. Do we want to prevent this from making goblins in the future? I don't know. You could sacrifice this and that'd be a problem. Let's trade. Let's trade. Keep things beefy here with Goblin Chieftain. Yeah, it can be a lot of pinging as well. And we need to probably keep that in check briefly here. All right, so this turn, even though I'd love to get Chandra down, easy bridge. Easy bridge. We'll work on Chandra and then hopefully find Karn for then Damping Matrix and we'll be good to go. Dang. I wish I could put the Chalice on 1. I'll hold it in case I get to put it on like 3. Oh no, Karn! Why are you there? Alright, that's okay. We'll figure this out together. Do I put this on 3? But I have the Damping Matrix. Man, that's a dumb idea. Let's go up again. Season Pyromancer is a good draw. Let's just do that. Bam, look at that. Clean. We're going. We're going up. Opponent concedes. They're done with our Blood Moon. That worked. That was sketchy. That was sketchy. Okay, so Spyglass, Pithy Needle are possible things to bring in here. Leave Damping Matrix for Karn. Walking Ballista is a maybe. Been a while since I played against goblins. Put it on 3. Not with this in the sideboard. We don't have a 3-drop we're really worried about. We go have dinner and you already have a win. Yeah, we got a win. We figured it out. This is a perfect example of like this maybe needing an extra Bone Crusher in the matchup like this. So we obviously have Angers, Abrades, and Bone Crushers. We want to keep those. Blood Moon's not necessarily bad in this matchup. Stops all their black creatures. They'll never expect the turn 3 moon. Why is everyone so hyped on the turn 3? It can happen on turn 2. It could happen on turn 1. Don't believe me? Go watch our video. All right, I want the spyglass and the pithing needle here. I think I could take out a pair of maguses. The damping matrix could be pretty decent. My opponent's probably way of getting through us is Goblin Crater Maker. Although I would prefer to find this off Karn. I think it's okay to find off Karn. Torp Orb's probably okay to bring in main decked. That's probably better than the damping matrix, which makes me want to maybe slide one chalice out. Are they not running matrons? I'm sure they're running matrons. Kind of liking this. Kind of wonder if I'm supposed to take a Valakut Awakening out too, or if I'm just going to play this as a land. I don't want to draw too many cards. I know there's a Nombo here with Seasoned Pyromancer. I think I'm good with this. I'm good with this. Let's go. Got the 3 main decked Angers. Ooh, man, if I just had one more land. Easiest keep ever. I made a comment earlier that Simian Spirit Guide is our figurative 1 extra. And knowing that I only had 1 ritual in the main before the ban, this means this is the spirit of Simian Spirit Guide right here. Gosh, this is so good. Have a game keep. 2 draws. I have an extra land. Higher percentage points. Nydia was so happy that we were keeping to the things. I said Simian Spirit Guide spirit. It'll be fine. Watch, they're gonna go get a basic swamp and Thoughtseize us. There's Aether Vial. We hit the land. Oh, this looks like a great keep, everyone. 50-50 win-lose. Looks like we win, I guess. Mog. Oh my gosh. I want to just ritual out this Karn so bad. I just want to ritual this out so bad because this just like ends this, but now I drew an Anger so I could easily just abrade this. We're going to set a stop on their upkeep. I'm going to give them the opportunity to bring something in, but before Aether Vial goes up one, we'll go ahead and abrade it here. Mainly because I have the Anger to get rid of anything else. Easy game? Not yet, not yet. Hold up. Not an easy game just yet. Deep breaths, everyone. We're not there. Ooh, this is a reason not to have Chalice. Attacks for 1. What else they got? Nothing. Attacks for 1. They don't have anything extra. My opponent's holding Flash. Madcap. Or not Madcap. Flash. The one with the hat. 2 mana. Deals 3 damage. Right now. If I throw in a Karn here, Munitions Expert. I need a Judge. Can I have a Munitions Expert read here? Target creature or planeswalker. Appreciate that. Thank you, Judge. Kind of willing to just pass the turn here and hold up Bone Crusher Giant. Wait for something a little more aggressive to be played. Even the crippling loss of Monkey Man, we can still play Lotus Petal. What? Oh, look at this. Okay, yeah. This is worth pinging off now before they get a whole bunch of things, and then we can just Anger naturally after this. If they want to do some pinging, they do with these, and we're already getting attacked. All right, they ping with the 1. That's fine. We lose Bone Crusher, but we have 4. We're gonna take 2, and then we have this. This is all fine. What's up, Last God? How you doing? How you doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're making things happen, Last God. 19 months. That's a long time. That's a long time. I kind of want to play Karn here, but I think Anger of the Gods is okay here because of the 4 damage. I'll take one to take that. Then they have to play. Then I can play Karn and then appropriate find either... I'm either finding Damping Matrix or I'm getting like Bridge. I think this is fine. Auntie's Hovel here. It comes into play tapped. My opponent doesn't do anything. Man, now I just slam Chandra and Karn? That was a good top deck. Chandra, Karn, go find Damping Matrix? No. My opponent's gonna have... Man, what are they playing? I can do both, Zale. I can like do it all. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to go grab that I'm okay with a Thoughtseize. But then, I mean, they would have fired off a Thoughtseize, right? How many modern decks do I own in paper? 3, I think. I think it's gonna be Chandra and Karn here. The question is the follow-up. What do I get with a Karn? I think I'm going to go get Damping Matrix. And then we'll go get Bridge next. Damping Matrix covers Aether Vial when I downtick here and they have Expert. And it also covers all their creatures. And then Bridge when I downtick here, which I can play with Chandra, protects us from the attack. We're looking pretty good here. We'll see though. Sling Gang. Okay. That's fine. Plays a land. That's fine. The Blood Moon would stop future Sling Gangs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana here. And I can use Karn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make a token. Protect Karn. Don't use Karn yet. Don't go get Bridge yet. I know there's a basic swamp. Because you pointed it out. I could go up with Karn here for a turn. That's maybe just smarter. Maybe I should have upticked Karn first in case they have a Bolt. Man, they would have played Bolt. I don't know what my opponent's doing. I think it's going to be Matrix, Season Pyromancer, potentially uptick Karn here. That's probably my favorite line here, because the Matrix is probably well covered. If my opponent has like an Abrade, it's kind of frustrating. Favorite bands, Lantern of Insight. Least favorite, Faithless Looting. What? Alright, we float that mana. I'm going to go up here with this Karn. 1, 2, 3. Play Damping Matrix with this mana. Let's play Season Pyromancer. Make a little dude. Let's play a land down and pass turn. Alright. Slowly slamming the door on my opponent's face. Trying to get to the lock in place here. There's a Cavern. Heebie-jeebies. Thank you for the gifted sub to UCIMYY for you. UCI... Man, wasn't that like... That was something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. It's Kiki. Oh, it's Munitions Expert. Oh, they shoot here. Ooh. Okay, we don't get Bridge. Things are a little awkward here. Not the worst, though. We can cover for a little bit. Oh, they're attacking Kiki. All right. You attack with Kiki. You do that. Uh-oh. I'm going to just block here with the Season Pyromancer and leave an Elemental back here. Damping Matrix is covering us right now. Let's go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Season Pyromancer tokens, so now they're forced to attacking Chandra, probably. I have 3 blockers here. They'll have to attack with everything. I block Expert, Sling Gang, and a Goblin token. Blood Crypt into play tapped for my opponent. My opponent doesn't do anything here. So we just activate. Emblem. Very little reason not to emblem there. Seasoned Pyromancer. 5 upstairs. Draw 2 brand new cards. Okay. We should win potentially next turn, depending on top deck here. Why would they not attack? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're just giving up. They're done. Goblin Matron. ETBs. Goes and gets something cool. Play get Chalice for 0 for 5 damage. Yeah. Definitely could do that. We have the Chalice. We have a Tormod's Crypt as well. These are our freebie spells. I also have Walking Ballista, which isn't a bad freebie spell. Shalik Mons coming down hot. That's cool. It's a 2/2. Vanilla. Vanilla. That's a good one too. All right, so we win. Karn, 5 damage upstairs. We can take our choice of whatever we want to play here. We'll give Chalice the nod. We'll give Chalice the nod here. But we're going to play it second. 3 damage to the Mons. Nice. Braid own Matrix for the win. Nah. I don't want to get too crazy here, Zale. I don't want to get too crazy. They can't gain life here because of the Damping Matrix in play. We're good. Cleared, and they're like, oh right, Matrix. Oh yeah, this thing. I'm not prepared for the prison matchup. It locks you out. Red Prison is dead. Long live Red Prison. Just fine. Look at this. I don't think this is bad to share. How's the deck without Simian Spirit Guide? Just fine. Winning. Currently undefeated. Incoming 2-3. Let's go. Currently undefeated. Proceeds to go 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. Oh well, we're enjoying ourselves. Damping Matrix is a good one right now. The reason that we're bringing Damping Matrix back in, mid-range and these other cards, Stoneforge Mystic, which I mentioned in my YouTube video, will be the melding between mid-range and control, not Uro. We've been thinking about this. We just wanted to actually play the league. I didn't want to just like jam all the thoughts out in Discord and then everyone else is like, go do their own thing. We had to represent. That's what we're doing tonight. We're happy to do it too. What matchups do we want to avoid? Eldrazi-tron. Eldrazi-tron, some super combo list, but see, like, Neoform's not a thing anymore. Probably just a straight blue-white control with Terminus. If it's a blue-white control with Supreme Verdict, we're okay, but blue-white control with Terminus would be a real problematic thing. Sven Center. We're playing first again. Dang it. Oh. And I talked about the Pyretic Ritual being Simian Spirit Guide. This was a turn 1 or turn 1. Oh well, sad day. Mono Green Stompy would probably be okay because we have Bridge. Kirkinator, it's going alright. Yeah, a lot of the lists that we would be worried about, we're also playing Simian Spirit Guide. Probably a good taxes list would be problematic. Thalia is going to be a problem going forward because Pyretic Ritual gets taxed by Thalia, but Simian Spirit Guide did not. I'm sitting here wanting this to be a thing that I'm going to play, but I think I need to be disciplined that I'm not on the draw and we only have the 1 lander. So I'm going to mulligan this. We also don't know if the Chalice is going to be good or not. All right, this hand seems reasonable here. I'm going to keep... I'd like to keep this Desperate Ritual, maybe work my way into Chandra, Karn, or Seasoned Pyromancer. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep the Chalice as well. Because I have 3 more Chandras in the list, I think I want Chandra over Karn, with the idea Seasoned Pyromancer can block for a Karn. I think Karns are a slightly more powerful Planeswalker, but I think Chandra being a 4 of is smarter because you need more Chandras to complete killing your opponent when you got them locked out. Chuck Chandra or Karn. Wow, just chuck them. Don't place them nicely at the bottom of the library, just chuck them. Here comes this Inquisition. There we go. Take the Chalice. That's what you want. Take it. Here you go. There you go. Away the Chalice goes. Okay. Let's go ahead and hold tight here. Seasoned Pyromancer ditching Desperate and Mountain feels really awkward. I'll no doubtedly not get my next Mountain. I'm lucky like that. Let's see what my opponent does here. I'd like to be playing Karn next turn if possible. Thoughtseize now. There you go. Go ahead and take this Karn. Now we'll just play probably Seasoned Pyromancer naturally and get a token. Marsh Flat Swamp. Alright, well apparently I'm not playing Seasoned Pyromancer here. I'm going to play Chandra instead. Good top deck. Glad we bottomed the other Chandra and up for damage. Ooh, I want to play this. I want to play this. Brand new card. I want to play this. That's what Chandra thinks about messing with Red Prison, by the way. Exile the cards that don't belong. She's mad. She's mad. You think we should have played Seasoned Pyromancer? Probably would have been okay. Ooh, Stoneforge. Batterskull. Land drop. Sideways. Okay. Lead with Seasoned Pyromancer. Unfortunately lose the Chandra. Down tick if we miss. If we hit Bone Crusher Giant, we kill this that way. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we do miss here. That's fine. We'll go ahead and kill Stoneforge and pass turn. I don't want to deal with the Batterskull. Not this quick. We need a little bit of breathing room here. Go up and defend Chandra? No. Alright, they stomp here. That's fine. Ironically, we now run into red. Didn't see red. We thought it was just black-white. That was the call that we played here. Now we have 5 mana. We have Lingering Souls. Now I don't know what my opponent's doing, but Anger the God's looking really good here. My opponent takes some damage. That's fine. Chandra wasn't going to live for long anyway. Let's go ahead and attack. See if they want to double block. We'll pass the turn. Maybe they'll double block here. That'd be cool. Nice. Oh, yeah. Triple block. Love it. I like this. This way they'll be like, hey, I'll play this Bone Crusher. We'll anger. We'll be happy. They might play Batterskull here. I could see them definitely playing that down. We'll see, though. Not going to worry about bringing this back. No attack from the Spirit. Seems a little odd from my opponent. 3 mana. Play Bone Crusher. Lining our anger up very nicely. Very, very nicely. Sweet. All right. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. And pass turn. It really is 2016. Mardu Stoneblade. That was a cool Bone Crusher Giant. It was. It was. Sacrifices a Sunbait Canyon to draw. I wouldn't mind an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize here, but they'll probably play Batterskull first. White mana floated here, but it's enough. Batterskull. They've got the new art. Nice. Nice. Germ. All right. What do we think here? Magus? That doesn't really shut off too much. They have red mana still. Or do I just do Seasoned Pyromancer? Huh. You wish Butcher of the Horde was good? Butcher of the Horde's a pretty sweet card with Goblin Rabble Master. Okay. We do need a bridge. We need to find a path to get us to bridge. I think the best path here is just to Seasoned Pyromancer tokens, but go ahead and take the 4. We'll prep the Seasoned Pyromancer tokens to protect a future Planeswalker here. So we'll take our 4, not worrying about blocking, chump blocking, any of that. They're getting their 4 life either way. Thoughtseize here is fine. They'll take Magus. There's 2 damage. So they did have the Thoughtseize. We'll just put this in now. Bridge. I'm surprised they took a ritual. I don't know. I'm a little surprised at the ritual take. Pass turn. Got some chump blockers now. Stomps away the Magus. Can now replay Bone Crusher Giant. Wonder if I block here or if I wait. I might wait because I would like to see like a Karn here. Taking another 4 to the face is okay. We're not winning this through damage anymore. We're winning this through some version of a lock. So we need to find those lock pieces. There's Bone Crusher. All right. Play Blood Moon here. Pass. I will now probably chump block one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If I top deck a Karn, I'm okay here. If I uptick on the skull, it becomes its own creature at 5/5, and then the following turn, it's not a creature and it's unattached. It's not a thing. All right, these would be mana monkeys, blockers. All right, we'll take our 8 here, go to 4. Hope they don't have a couple bolts. Bloodstain Mire and bunch of spirit monkeys. Bunch of spirit monkeys. Oh, you know what's hilarious is that these would have been blockers and we would have gotten a Karn, reminding us why we needed the monkey. All right. Well, you've reminded us, game. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this is like Mardu tokens. We're going to treat it like Mardu tokens. Mardu tokens, you always brought in more things to deal with them and curved out more naturally rather than having all your ritual type effects. Because we don't have a Simian Spirit Guide to fill that role, we just have to take Pyretic Rituals out and have Desperate Rituals play that role. Chalice is pretty decent here, and Bridge isn't too bad. Karns and Chandra's aren't too bad as well. My opponent will be bringing in something like K-Command or a Braid. Yeah, we were missing the Spirit Ape a little bit there. A chump blocker would have bought us just enough time, and in that case, we would have found Karn. The slight differences of what a ritual spell versus this will be. What's interesting is if we find we don't need to be ritualing out as frequently, we can end up dropping 1 or 2 of these for, say, Bone Crusher Giant. That'll be our new Spirit Guide. Let's go. How about Skirt Prospector instead of Monkey? I don't want to be doing stuff on turn 1 most of the time. Let's play first. Look at this hand. Let's keep it. That's just me. I don't want to be necessarily doing stuff on turn 1. I need to be setting up turn 2s and turn 3s. Honestly, if you all wanted something that kind of goes against the whole Chalice on 1 stuff, I would probably play Lightning Bolt first. This is a turn 2 Rabble. It's also a turn 2 Seasoned Pyromancer, which both are interesting. Fetch is basic, and we're going to go ahead and Inquisition. What'll be interesting is what they deem as the biggest threat. Could be Bone Crusher, because Bone Crusher removes Stoneforge Mystic. Could be Rabble Master, because it generates tokens. Could be Seasoned Pyromancer, because it gains card draw. They take my ritual, so we'll ritual. So we'll ritual anyway. In we go. Hitting with the Goblin token. It's like the Thoughtseize bug happened to our poor opponent. Discard. Ha! Stomp. I could see them stomping here. They do stomp a Rabble Master. All right, let's get in for a point here. I think my favorite play here is going to be actually casting Bone Crusher Giant, passing. When they end up playing this, I can abrade it out of the way and then line ourselves up with Seasoned Pyromancer afterwards. If they play Stoneforge Mystic here and say a way to Thoughtseize or Inquisition the Abrade away, then it's a little bit upsetting. No double black here. That's fine. Plays their own Seasoned Pyromancer. That's fine. Got rid of a Croxa and a Stoneforge Mystic. Interesting. Let's go ahead and swing here. A little trade, a little chump block. We're going to just pass the turn here instead of playing Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm going to keep my Abrade available for right now. They're reconsidering and blocking Seasoned Pyromancer here. They do not. All right. Just going to hang tight here. If I miss my land drop, I'll Seasoned Pyromancer away the cards and try to get to Chandra. But I do like this Abrade, so kind of keeping this open right now feels smart. 4 mana. We have a Croxa here. Nothing I could do about that. Probably pitch Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't know. Now I kind of need a bridge more than anything. Maybe I am doing Chandra and Abrade here. This is a really good card for them. Let's get rid of Chandra. I think I want more tokens. I'm not going to block here. Use Seasoned Pyromancer. All right. Apparently the hand just keeps returning to what it usually is when we discard cards. All right, so we're going to do the chump blocking Croxes here. We need to find a bridge. This is really good. This is actually a matchup that will take some tuning of the list, because this matchup right here is difficult. Especially depending on what they get with Stoneforge, because they can get Fire and Ice here, and Fire and Ice protection from red. Oh, Shadow Spear. Oh, Shadow Spear is pretty good too. Lifelink, Trample, 7/6, 7/7. 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I will like go all in on the blocks here. Take a point here. Have a Seasoned Pyromancer hit the bin. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Play our Chandra down. Uptick for damage and pass turn. Bets on Elvish Spirit Guide in Modern Horizons 2. Nah, they wouldn't do that. I really doubt they would. If they've been targeting things and saying that they're focusing on what they have been for the last bunch of times, I don't see a reason why they would. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I can take 3 to this. Let's block accordingly to trade and chump. Puts us at 4. 2 stomps get this, but otherwise I get like Seasoned Pyromancer tokens as defenders. Interesting they decided to put it like that. And I top deck an Abrade. I don't really want them trampling over. I wonder if Chandra down tick kill this is fine. Then they send maybe one thing and I get to Abrade the one thing. Let's just do that. Kind of make it look like, well, I had to give up Chandra to kill your Bone Crusher, move on. And maybe I'll get lucky with them just attacking one here and one at me, and I'll Abrade the one creature. I don't think I need to worry about Shadow Spear. Yeah, I think I've got this just Abrade that I'm going to use somewhere. So see, they're going at me and they're going to send one here. This is perfect. And we're going to go ahead and burn this Abrade to kill Stoneforge so that we have an extra look here with Chandra. Looking for bridge. That was really good. We psyched them out. They're getting closer to a new Croxa, by the way. Scary things. 3 mana. Looks like Lingering Souls. Ooh. Seasoned Pyromancer choosing not to have a Mardu color base open when they do this. They must be wanting to just attach. Lingering Souls, Croxa. They might just play Lingering Souls now. Marsh Flats. Okay. Attach. Spirits. What are we doing? Attaches Shadow Spear here to the Seasoned Pyromancer. So we need a bridge. We need a bridge, and my opponent's been holding some cards here. We need them to not have a way to remove it. Ooh, a Triome. Nice. Well, it's a bridge and a turn. Dang it. They can steal it. Dang it. This is really good for them. So we don't play Karn, they just Croc, so we lose it. So we got to play Karn here and do what's best for us. In this case, it may be just like a Tormod's Crypt and clear the graveyard, so I don't have to deal with all of that in the graveyard. That's probably the best line here. Otherwise, we're just losing this to the Crocs anyway. Plussing on Shadow Spear does almost nothing for us. It becomes a 1/1. This is 2. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They send here, 1 here. Like maybe Chandra lives. And then we have to deal with Crocs in the future. I think it's just a Tormod's Crypt here. Let's get rid of their graveyard. Let's uptick for damage. Ooh. I mean, I guess, so real quick before we go, oh, that was the miscorrect play. You do this, that's your turn. They play Croxa, then we have a 6/6 that gets rid of Karn, and then whatever's underneath this Anger is the problem. The Anger would have been nice, but I don't think it would have been... It would have kept Chandra around for maybe a turn here versus losing both Planeswalkers. Like that's the one thing Anger's doing. So we'll get like 2 cards down if I had the Chandra around for a little bit longer. And just a little unfortunate what we ended up topping. There's 5. Batterskull, needing that bridge. Alright, we don't find the bridge, but I can play Seasoned Pyromancer now. You're hoping Divination gets reprinted in Time Shift? Yeah, I think that could be something. I gotta move Shadow Spear over. Nope. Stoneforge. 1, 2, 3. Ember. Oh. Embercleave. I think I'm dead. That's a really good. That's a really good find. Oh no. Sends the team. I think we're dead. Double strike here, +1/+1, 5, 10. So I can block 2. So that's 10, 13. Block like this. Wee. That's good. That's good. All right. Ooh. That's a few lands. All right. Well, I did jinx us. I did say we were 2-0 and then we would go 0-2. Based on that logic, I'm going to go 0-2 again. So let's see here. How do I break that? How do I break that logic? I need to go 2-0 somehow. We have to somehow break this jinx that I put on myself. All right. Our opponent is Big Daddy Vince, apparently. Let's go ahead and keep this. 2 lands here, Ritual, Spell, Anger, and Planeswalkers. We'll start with Scavenger Grounds. See if we'll put that Chalice on turn 2. 1. Reverting Catacombs. Okay. So, Verdant Catacombs could be Jund. Jund could represent a bolt here because my opponent didn't Thoughtseize us. We have the ability to play a Chandra or a Karn here. I'm really tempted to go ahead and do Chandra, go up with Chandra, put Chalice on 1. I think this is the safer line here. We can follow with Karn, Bridge, or Anger and protect ourselves. I think this is what I want to do. MTG Nexus, we're doing okay. It's crazy. Family's struggling a bit. Trying to keep everyone warm. Water for everyone, stuff like that. We're working it, though. Chandra here, Chalice on 1, pass turn. Chalice. Chalice. Let's just re-click this so it goes through properly. Chalice on 1. Chandra Chalice, no question. You could arguably make an argument for Karn down to go get Liquid Metal Coating, and your opponent can never get above 2 mana, but they may not fetch. So there is that. I think the turn's pretty strong, though. This is the reason to be playing the 8 rituals instead of replacing Simian Spirit Guide with something like more Bone Crusher Giants. Bone Crusher Giant has its place. Believe me, it does. All right, this is a fun turn. So this turn here, what you could potentially do is Pithing Needle, but we've ended up putting a Chalice here. What I think I'm going to end up doing is going and getting maybe Liquid Metal or Spyglass. Spyglass stops a Liliana. That might be what they're working towards. It's tough to say here. I'm going to get one of these. It's just a matter of which one that I'm okay with maybe getting discarded, which is rare because of the Chalice, but they could Abrupt Decay this and then Thoughtseize me. So I think with that idea in mind... Are we back? Are we back? Are we back? All right, we're back. All right, recap, and then I'll try to splice the 2 streams together, which will be fun. Opponent didn't like Karn. And I don't know when it cut out, but basically I was working towards Liquid Metal Coating and then using Karn, Spyglass, things like that. So that's what we were trying to do here. My opponent concedes to hide information, and we have Jund or Rock here. All right, let's go sideboard. We have less time to sideboard, so we're going to make it really quick here. Rabble Masters are going to come in for probably 1 Anger, 1 Bone Crusher Giant, and maybe 2 Abrades here. So we'll make it quick because, you know. All right, we're back. We're back. Just click refresh. All right, 1 landers are no good. It's mulligan. All right. Well, we have a Chalice on turn 1. What do we think? Get rid of Seasoned Pyromancer and Karn here and go for the Chalice on 1? Or, sorry, get rid of Karn. Go for it? Yeah. We're going to do this. As in 1 month. 1 month away from the year. What's up? That little flicker is what's been happening all kinds of times. All right. Let's do this. This is a fun little turn. Getting rid of Karn, exiling Gemstone to Gemstone, and planning to shoot Chalice on turn 1. There you go. For all those concerned. Chalice on 1, turn 1. You can still do it. All right, now what are we doing? Bloodstained Mire, Verdant Catacombs. Fetches basic, I assume. Basic. Dark Confidant. Alright, we miss a land drop, pass the turn. We did get rid of a gemstone caverns because we don't want to be playing 2 of those. It's an Inquisition from my opponent. They attack. Thought seizes us. No dice. Follows with Tarmogoyf. The Thoughtseize was just to get something in the graveyard. Alright, we're going to hold Chalice on 1 here and pass turn. We're getting a bit unlucky here, not finding our next land. There's a K command. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so painful tonight. Maybe? Alright, we're back. Let's just discard probably Seasoned Pyromancer here. I'm probably swearing. I don't do that. Alright, my opponent attacks us for 5. We hit a ritual effect. So I finally hit the ritual effect. So, this is interesting. I think we go for Seasoned Pyromancer here, trying to draw some lands. I'm not going to Magus, I don't think. I'm going to just make my land drop, right? That's the idea. Alright, we're good. We found the land. My opponent can uptick here with Liliana. We'll probably get rid of a Goblin Rabblemaster. Try to get the bridge down and defend. This is getting sketchy. So each player discards. We'll discard Goblin. They discard a Seasoned Pyromancer. This Inquisition's gone as well. They discarded that earlier. Sorry for the troubles tonight. This is some of the reason I was worried about streaming today. We're making it happen as best as we can. My opponent doesn't attack. That's interesting. I'd love a land here. Land and bridge would be pretty nice. They have a Cliffs that they play, and they have the K command. Extra Liliana. Deciding upticking here is better, which is a very awkward thing that they just did. Especially when they have K command showing up next. That's like super awkward. I don't really understand that play. I am alive. Trying. Have you had any power outages, Fluffy? There's been power outages around, yeah. Get rid of a token. We're back. We're trying. It's just a painful night here. My opponent's going to play this Bloodbraid Elf. I still don't understand the Liliana play that they ended up playing the last turn. They spin into an Inquisition. Because I don't understand that when they have a K command. Opponent attacks for a bunch here. We'll block here. We'll block here. We'll stop them from drawing. They are at 6 here. It's kind of interesting how close they are to potentially dying. Let's go ahead and pass the turn here. I don't think this really does anything for me, unfortunately. We can basically shrink Tarmogoyf, but we're so far behind. 2-1, we're looking good. I maybe should have not killed the Dark Confidant. My opponent could hit 2-3 spells. Maybe that was an oversight. Prison is alive, sort of. We're bouncing back and forth with being alive and not alive. Really don't understand my opponent's play here. What do I prefer? Alright, we're going to clear the graveyards here. This makes the Tarmogoyf not a threat currently. We do get taken by 3. I'm going to pass the turn. My opponent's going to uptick here. They're going to attack us for 3. I don't have a 2-drop, so we end up losing this game. Let's concede just to save time because we're having internet issues. Your fluffiness. Alright, I think I want this Bone Crusher back in. Let's take one Chalice out. I'm on the play now. And bring the 2 Abrades in over the Angers. I want some spot removal. Let's take one Ritual out for 1 Anger. Let's do that. The game state's not looking too nice now. Alright, let's play first. Another 1-lander. It's funny because this should be Simian Spirit Guide or potentially a land. I'm starting to think it might be good for a land. Let's mulligan this one. Alright, we'll keep this. We can get rid of Chandra here. I'm going to play the land. Hopefully draw into a ritual or another land. If we can do that, we have at least 2 bridges here. Basic Swamp being found probably here, and the Inquisition or Thoughtseize to lead things off for my opponent. No 1-landers. We're trying not to. Takes a Rabble Master. Play a land, pass the turn. We need 1 more land here. We are Thoughtseize proof. My opponent does get their basic though, so they've got both of their basics. This can be probably a more difficult matchup without us being able to find a way to get rid of them being off of 1 color. We end up top decking another Blood Moon. Opponent's got their Dark Confidant. We're slowly falling behind here with the Jund matchup. Cycles a Forgotten Cave. Plays a Tarmogoyf and attacks for 2. Alright, we'll put a Chalice on 1 here, but we're missing land drops here. For mana right now, we have 28 hits. We've had 28 hits for the last 3 draws. Or 2 draws. Ad nauseum now. Is Prison doing with Simian Spirit Guide on? Prison's doing alright. I'm kind of losing right now because I'm not drawing my lands. And Jund's just being Jund. Zalfarin Void is played in some variations of Red Prison. It may be a necessary thing, it may not. Alright, we just keep missing our lands. My opponent hits this for 5, 6, 7, 8. If I hit this land, playing Bridge does nothing, and playing a Magus, we block here after taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bummer. Just needed that land a lot earlier. All right, well, I'm self-fulfilling here. 2-2. 2-2. Let's go for 1 more here. Reverse Flood. Reverse Flood. Love it, Grace. I wonder if I'm going to be able to splice these together or if I'm just going to be out of luck for getting a YouTube video up tomorrow. I feel obligated to get one up there somehow. Hoodwink, thank you for the sub. Prime Gaming, 2 months. Welcome back. All right, let's go. 5th and final match, and then we'll replay here. Mordekaiser's our opponent. Let's play first. By the way, I think we played first all 5 matches. That's weird. All right, potentially attacks this build. We see Yorion here, and we've got a lot of lands. I'm actually going to keep this because I see Yorion. You're going to catch me on YouTube? It's going to be super hard to splice like 4 times it's already failed, or 3 times. Wow, everyone's asking me how Simian Spirit Guide Lack is feeling. Who dat? Prismatic Vista here for my opponents. Well, we'll see if we can keep them off some lands here. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and ritual out the Blood Moon here, putting it out on turn 2 against Prismatic Vista. Basic will be found. It's a basic island. Sounds good. I'm the main monkey man. Here's a Seal of Fire. There's another ritual. All right, we'll work our way up to Chandra here and start upticking. Let's see what that does for us. We end up passing over another ritual. That's fine with us. 2 damage to my opponent. Good luck. We should be back, Russ. I hope we're back. Basic Forest, Utopia Sprawl. This one's fun. Utopia Sprawl naming white here in a Spreading Seas on their Prismatic Vista. They're trying to fix their mana desperately. Let's uptick here. We find a Seasoned Pyromancer. Looks good. Cool. It's an enchantment list? Yeah, with Yorion. How much more played around can my Blood Moon get? Well, we just need Karn now, and then we could shut down this land. Then they'll just be blue-red again. Right? Opponent shoots the Seasoned Pyromancer with the Seal of Fire here. Plays a Renegade Rallier to buy back Seal of Fire. Looks like I might be trying to defend Chandra here. Oh, darn it. Why'd you show up? Right now? Right now? We think they have a counter spell or no? Let's go for it. We'll play Karn here. See if they have a counter spell. We're gonna go get Bridge. We're gonna uptick with Chandra here. Use the Pyretic Ritual and try to play Bridge here. They're holding like they have a counter spell. We'll see though. Maybe Bridge can prevent Renegade Rallier from hitting us. Bridge lands. Chandra's at 7. Seal Fire needs to hit Chandra, meaning Karn is probably clear and free. Things are coming together. Okay, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Oh, Teferi. Teferi bounce Bridge here, attack 3, hit with 2. Plays a new Utopia Sprawl here. We're gonna lose Karn. Seal of Fire's Chandra. 3 damage at Karn here. One, two, three. Let's play Bridge. 1, 2, 3. Let's play Anger. Pass the turn. Okay, so we got a Teferi here. Definitely want to get the Seasoned Pyromancer possibly down. Opponent plays a Luris. Luris is good because he buys back Seal of Fire. Opponent's playing well around the Blood Moon. They've got a Yorion showing up. There's a Bone Crusher Giant. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Chandra downtick on Luris. Bone Crusher Giant 2 damage at Teferi. They have another Seal Fire. We lose Chandra here. Yeah, I probably should have played around Mana Leak. We're not going to get Chandra's Emblem as long as Luris exists. The one thing I could potentially do is Bone Crusher this, but then this is going to happen. Luris, and then Yorion's going to bounce this when the Teferi gets put up to 4. So we just lose Chandra anyway if I don't downtick here. I agree with you that the Chandra is the way to win, but let's just assume that we go up here and then we just shoot like Teferi. Then they just seal fire, replay seal fire. That's 4 damage there. Stomp and Bone Crusher to defend. Yeah, but you guys are missing that they're just going to rebuy Seal of Fire and do 4 damage. And then next turn 4 damage, and that's 8, and then Chandra's dead. So Chandra's dead in 2 turns if Luris is still here. Right? Yes. Okay. Let's Stomp to Fairy. Let's start there. See if I can even clear that. And then we'll kill Luris. So if I don't Stomp Luris there... Like, if I Stomp Luris there, then they're going to just play Uptick to Fairy, play Yorion, and then bounce, and then they'll get this because they Seal Fire. Why do I care about Teferi? Because it's going to be... Because Teferi is going to be bouncing Bridge. And then they'd have Yorion. So if I leave Teferi there, they Seal Fire, they play Yorion, they bounce the Teferi, and the following turn they Bridge and attack. Like, I guess if I top deck Bridge, then you guys can all laugh at me. Right, but the next turn, they do the... Okay, so this is at 7, down to 5, Yorion flickers. This goes up to the 6 right now, and then Bridge is removed the following turn. I don't know if I'm not explaining this correctly because a lot of people are asking questions. I don't think I am. We lose Chandra there if I don't do what I did last turn. All right, we hit an Abrade. We hit an Abrade off the Chandra here. I think that's gonna go ahead and kill Charming Prince. That way they can stop flickering, and we'll play a Bone Crusher Giant, I think, is safe here. Pass the turn. You follow? All right, you follow. One person followed. Thank goodness. They're getting to flicker a whole bunch of things with Yorion, and we were gonna lose so much more if we did it any other way. We just need to avoid a new Teferi here. So we're having to ask them to have the Teferi. All right, well, they have the Knight of Autumn, so... We tried. They found a way to get around this and still kill the Chandra. Ooh, Brain Maggot. Here you go. Have the Blood Moon. Golly. Stop. 4 at Chandra. Alright. So Torp Orb's really good against this list. Just be honest with ourselves. We're going to return the Spreading Seas. We're going to draw a card. They put it on the Misty. Okay, we'll pass turn. Could have followed, but you were looking up how to spell Cantor. All right, Seasoned Pyromancer's coming back with the tokens here. My opponent maybe has forgotten this. We're going to block if we can. Happy to bring back my Blood Moon here. We'll see if they want to save one of these. They do. That's fine. Plays a land, and that's good for them. Okay. All right, we're going to put a Chalice on 2 here. The scariest thing right now is a Charming Prince. We don't need a Blood Moon. My opponent's got all their mana figured out. Ignatic Incarnation. This isn't good. Hits us for 6 here. They can go get, what, a 4-drop? 3-drop? 2-drop? They can get a 2-drop. They just get around my thing. They end up sacrificing Oath of Chandra, though. Now I'm dead? Oh, Russ. We don't give up like that. Glass Pool, Knight of Autumn, kill this. Alright, now we're dead. Okay. So, I think I want to bring this Torp Orb in. I'm going to bring Boils and Rabble Masters for this matchup. I feel like Chalice isn't very good in this matchup. I'm going to take one ritual out. I haven't been enjoying all 8 rituals so far. It's a super hard match for Prison. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out together. I don't think it's going to be as hard. I don't know. Chalcen 1 stops the ramps. Right. I'm not worried about those. Trying to hit a torpor, boils, and try to beat them down quicker. Well, if we ran 8x bushwhackers and 3 burning trees and maybe a goblin grenade, that's a whole different list. That's a whole different list. That's like 8 whack. Let's play first. I'm going to keep. It's no turn to Rabble Master, but it's a few Rabble Masters. All right, Mountain played, pass the turn. Windswept Heath for my opponent, probably basic with Utopia Sprawl. Oh, nope, Abundant Growth, that's fine. That's fine. We hit another mountain, we're good to go. Time to load up the Rabble Masters. Load them up. Let's go. And the 14 Rabble plan is a solid way to win. Agreed. Dang. They stopping me here with the spreading seas. That's so rude. I guess we're doing the Rabble Masters. I'm not going to do Chandra here because it can't be cast now. All right, so we're going to just slam a bunch of Rabble Masters and see if my opponent can keep up here. That is the plan. My opponent apparently likes basic forest as well. Snow-covered forest here on a Utopia Sprawl. White makes a Skyclave. That's fine. I'm going to put this into play. Tapped. Play new Rabble Master. Attack for 1, pass turn. Skyclave's pretty good. So I know people keep suggesting Skirk and Wild Cantor and other things like that. If you're going to play a Mana Dork, just spill into green. You can do a turn 2 Rabble Master, Blood Moon, all of that with the ritual package that we have. I don't think there's a reason to be trying to do something weird with a Skirk. Wow, my opponent attacks for 2. Okay. That's fine. Are we just shocking a Sacred Foundry too? What are we doing? Oh, Charming Prince. So they're going to give me my 3/3 back and then take Rabble Master number 2 here. You know what's hilarious is my opponent barely has any islands, and I'm now seeing this. Let's go ahead and play a Chandra downtick on Skyclave here so they can stop flickering and attack with the 3/3. We can boil ourselves. We could. We could. The fact that they found all basic forests is rough for us. There's another Omen. My opponent's got to somehow protect themselves from a pair of 3/3s though. I'll probably just Chandra downtick again. Right? Just Chandra downtick, get rid of the Charming Prince here. That seems reasonable. Or whatever this is. Deputy gets rid of the 2 illusions here. That's really good. Huh. Windswept Heath. Attacks for 2. Well, I'm going to defend this. Man, these have been really good cards. They have really good cards. What more do you have? Please leave me alone. Temple Garden, Shocks in, down to 7. Gilded Goose. Gilded Goose gives them a way to gain life here. That's a problem for us. I guess we'll go up first with Chandra here. This is what, just scry too? I wonder if there's any reason to potentially like uptick Chandra, 1, 2, 3, Rabblemaster, other Chandra, downtick on Gilded Goose. But the idea here is that the Gilded Goose gets killed. I'm thinking I play Chandra and Rabblemaster, but the question is, do I kill this Gilded Goose because they have food? If I uptick and it ended up finding Karn, we'd be totally fine. One, two, three, four. I don't have 5. 3 more damage. I guess it's going to be Rabblemaster plus Chandra here. Let's play Rabblemaster first. Attack, see if they do anything. Maybe attacking and looking like I have a stomp. They are careful what they block with. The answer is no. I don't know. I'm doing something with this Chandra. I could also just go up here. I'm just so afraid that this is just going to get out of hand, this Gilded Goose. Oh, if I kill the deputy, my token sticks around, but I'm so worried about the goose more than the deputy. But maybe if I do that, I keep this around. Maybe I just go up here. I'm going to go up. This is like a crazy play, but I'm going to go up here. That's like crazy. You don't do that. You don't do that. Is Maze Mind a consideration again? Absolutely. It could definitely be considered. Opponent scries 1 top, 1 bottom. There's a Seal of Fire. Oh, great. This thing again. Kills Rabblemaster. Can attack 3 at Chandra. Can gain 3 up to 8. Okay. There's a Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's go ahead and float mana here with the Gemstone Caverns. Let's go. If I go up here, this is 1, 2, 3, and then I have 3 after. Oops. Apparently you can undo that? What? Maybe I want to make mana here so that I can play like a Karn if I top deck a Karn. Let's make mana here and do that line to make a Karn here possible from this top deck. Oh my gosh. That's not Karn. Now I can play everything. Oh my gosh. We just played Spyro first. Oh, you're saying before I do the Chandra uptick? I suppose. Yeah. I'm gonna put Yuri into hand and we'll flicker with Yuri in here. They get my Chandra. They'll flicker Charming Pris, Deputy, and Gilded Goose here. They gain 3 life, get rid of Chandra here, and get another food token. This one's slipping away. I need a bridge. Oh, and they flicker all these enchantments too. That's right, and they draw 1,000,000 cards. This is a lot of value. Where's my Torp Orb? This first league's not going well, but I already have a few things I want to change. Also, I'm really sad that the league's all chopped up. Maybe we can get a solid second league. They're up to 7 now. Yeah. Top deck a land 4. All right. We'll play towards our potential out of bridge. Bridge and Torp Orb would be an out. Or Firewalker. Seal of Fire, gain a life. All right, so we have to lock them out now. This isn't happening with how it's going here. And Teferi. So now I need Torpor, Bridge, and Spyglass or Pithing Needle. My opponent picks up something. I wasn't paying attention. Plays a Bird of Paradise as well and smacks me for some solid damage here. Maybe. Maybe they're not done with us yet. This match feels impossible? Nah, this match isn't impossible. Alright, attacks me for 6. I'll take a top deck here. Phantasmal Image, copying Urian, bounce everything. Okay. Charming Prince, that's right. Flicker, bounce everything. They bounce my token. All right. I was all blurry-eyed because I'm crying over Simian Spirit Guide being lost. But I already know what I want to change. We're going to start honing in on this. Top of the library is Blood Moon. All right, let's go to league number 2. This isn't happening here. 4/6. All the damages. Let's do this. All right. First league didn't work. Power Flicker ended up distracting us. Got some thought.